everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to discuss previous year questions of voice. That is active passive voice. This topic is very important for any competitive exam. Now this is part 1 which we are going to discuss, and in this session we are going to discuss questions similar to the questions occurred in IBPS clerk exams. Now we have two types of exams. One is for SSC and other is for banking. Basically, when we see this active passive voice chapter, we generally see it in part of SSC exams, but sometimes it is asked in banking exams as well, in the form of spotting errors, in the form of sentence improvement or fill-ups. So it can be in any form given in the part of banking exams. In banking exam, it has been seen in various forms. Now today we are going to discuss questions of sentence improvement in the form of active passive voice, or you can say we are going to do active passive voice in the form of sentence improvement. The directions for the exercise are as follows. In the following question, a part of the sentence is bold. Below are given alternatives to the bold part which may improve the sentence. Now the sentence will be given to us and some part of it has been bold. And the bold part is either in passive voice or in active voice, or it is incorrectly written in any of the voices or in either of the voices. So we have to choose the correct alternative. In case no improvement is required, choose no improvement option. So in this session, we are going to discuss active passive voice in the form of sentence improvement. So let's begin the session. Now we know very well that whenever there is an active sentence and we have to make it passive, for example, if the sentence is active, the basic structure of it is like subject plus helping verb, then we have main verb, and then we have object. So this is basically the basic structure of an active voice. So this is active voice. And to make it passive, what we do, we take this object on the subject place. Then we have a form of be. This is obvious and this is important. And then we have verb third. It means whatever the main verb is given, it has to be converted into third form of the main verb. So if this is the structure of the sentence, and if the object is focused, and if the object is given priority over subject, then the sentence is in passive voice definitely. So we have to rectify the given part which is in bold if it is incorrect. Now let us try to do these questions. So the first question is, Sumit would have been looked smart in traditional clothes. Now we know very well that we have two types of verb that we have already read, that is intransitive and other is transitive verb. So we know this very well that one verb is transitive and other is intransitive. Whenever we have intransitive verb, it do not have any object. It does not have any object. So after this we have subject then verb, but we do not have any object. But in case of transitive verb, object is very important. So we have subject, then we have verb, and then we have object. Now this can be any helping verb, main verb, and we can have this structure like helping verb, then main verb, and then object. So in a transitive verb form, object is compulsory, whereas in intransitive verb, object should not there. Then only the verb will be intransitive. Now if we see this sentence, Sumit would have been looked smart in traditional clothes. It means he looks smart in traditional clothes, or he may be possible that if he wore traditional clothes, or if he had worn traditional clothes, he would look smart, or he would have looked smart. So in this case, the verb is intransitive because there is no object at all. And if the verb is intransitive, there is no object. Obviously, if the object is absent, the sentence cannot be converted into passive voice. For a passive voice, object is compulsory to be taken on the subject place. But if the object is absent from the sentence, it means that sentence cannot be converted into passive voice. If a sentence is having, or if a sentence contains any intransitive verb, it will not be for sure converted into passive voice. And if the sentence contains a transitive verb, definitely it is going to convert into passive voice. Now in this sentence, there is no object. It means we are talking about just Sumit and he's the subject. And he would have looked smart if he had worn traditional clothes. Therefore, this been is incorrect over here because we use been in case of passive voice only. Now, this is a trick. Whenever you see the word been or being, so you will find these words only in the passive voice, not in active voice, unless the sentence is of present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, or future perfect continuous. Now, only you will find been if the sentence is of any of these tenses, but you will not find being in an active sentence. Secondly, if you find been in an active sentence, after it, verb will be in ing form, not the third form. But whenever we have be or any form of be like SRM, present forms, was, were, past forms, been, being, any of the form of be, and after that we have verb third form, just get or just be sure in your mind that the sentence is in passive voice. Now here, because the subject is there and no object is there, it means the sentence given to us is already active sentence. Therefore, this been is not required. So the correct sentence will be Sumit would have looked smart in traditional clothes. This will be the correct sentence. Therefore, the correct option is D, that is would have looked smart. Therefore, our answer is D. Now, one more thing. If we are not able to identify whether the sentence is transitive verb or intransitive verb, now what we can do, we can go through the options. Now here it is written was looked. Here it is written would be looked, had looking. We know very well that after had we cannot have ing form. Now, of course, if the sentence is incorrect, we cannot have no correction required as the sentence or as the answer. Now was looked shows the past tense, whereas this is just an imagination and imagination contains modals. Therefore, only D option is correct over here. Now let us move to the next one. They felt humiliated. Who? They. So they are subject. They felt humiliated because they realized. Now again, they is the subject. Now this is one part of the sentence. Now this is a conjunction and this is second part of the sentence. They realized that they. Now again, this is a part of the sentence and again that they. Now what they have realized? They had cheated. Now if I write they had cheated. Now look at this part of the sentence. It means they had cheated with someone. Now with whom? Here we need an object. With whom they cheated. So they had cheated. Whom? So we need an object. But there is no object at all. It means the person who had been cheated is of course they. It means this is not the subject. In fact, this is the object which has been focused. Therefore, the correct sentence should be they had been cheated. It means cheating had been done by these people. It means they are the victims with whom the cheating has been done. So these are the victims. Therefore, this had should be followed by been to make the sentence in passive voice. Now let us see the options. Had been cheating. Now if I again write had been cheating, it means there is an object which is required. That to whom they are cheating. Had been cheated. Of course, this is the correct answer. So our answer is B. Now if the entire sentence is in past, obviously had will be used, not have. Were to be cheated, it means they are the one to be cheated. No, they are not the one to be cheated. In fact, they have been cheated. They had been cheated. Of course, the task has been done to them. Therefore, our answer is B, which is appropriately correct. Now, let us move to the next one. We met him. Now, let us try this. We is the subject, met is the verb, and him is the object. Now, this part is complete. Immediately after the session in which he had been given a nice speech. Now, here, the session we are talking about in which what? Now, this is another part of the sentence. He had, so he is the subject, had is the verb. It is helping verb. Now, The main verb is given. This is the main verb. Now, if I say he had given what? So we need an object, and the object is a nice speech. So this is the object. What did he give? He gave a nice speech. He had given a nice speech. So this is the object. And if we have the structure like subject, then we have verb, and then we have object, it means the structure is an active voice. Because here the object is not coming prior to the subject. In fact, the subject is at subject's position, verb is at verb's position, and object is at object's position. Therefore, the structure is proper in active sentence. And if the sentence is active, we need not write this been over here. Because the past perfect sentence, the structure of past perfect sentence is subject plus had plus verb third form plus object. Therefore, had given a nice speech will be the correct answer. Now let us see the options. Would be giving, has been given, will have given, had given. Obviously, D is the correct answer. So our answer is D. That is had given. Now let us move to the next one. The political leader was revered with the people of his country. Now the political leader was. Now we have the past form of be, and after that we have verb, third form. Whenever we have passive structure, we always use by to show the agent. So by plus agent, or you can say the subject in active sentence will be the object in the will be the agent or the object in the passive sentence. Therefore, the people are the agents, and if they are the agents, so with should be replaced with by. Because agents or the living agents are always shown with by. One more thing. Here, if we see what work is going on or which work has been done. Which work has been done? Revered. It means respected. So, revered has been done, and who has done this thing? The people. With whom? The political leader. It means the political leader is the object and the people are the subject. Therefore, the correct sentence will be the political leader was revered by the people of his country. So the correct option will be, let us see, was revered by, had revered by, had revered with, will be revered with. Of course, it is A, that is was revered by. This is the form of be, then verb third form, then by to show the agent. So our answer is A, of course. So this is absolutely correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. It was unanimously resolved that the parties should unitedly undertake launching of popular programs. Again, it was unanimously resolved. This is one part of the sentence. That, now again the sentence begins. The parties, subject, should, modal, or you can say helping verb, unitedly, adverb, undertook, verb, main verb, launching of popular programs. Now this launching of popular programs is object. It means we have a structure of subject plus modal plus verb plus object. So this is active sentence. And if the sentence is active, there is no need to have be form. There is no need to have verb third form. In fact, after a modal, we can always have verb first form only. After a modal, we can write verb first form only. Therefore, this undertook word is incorrect over here because it is the second form of undertake. Now, let us see the options. In first, it is written should be united undertook. No, because unitedly is required and adverb is required. Second thing, just to show the verb, just to qualify the verb, we need an adverb. The second thing is we need either the verb third form if the sentence is passive and verb first form if the sentence is active. And we know well that the sentence is an active voice. So we need verb first form only. Therefore, this undertook is incorrect. Should be unitedly undertake? No. If I take should and take verb first form, this be is not required. Because the sentence is not in passive voice, it is an active voice. So we need not write this be. Should be unitedly undertaken? No. Again, should unitedly undertake. Of course, this is the correct answer. So our answer is D, which is absolutely correct. So our answer is D. And the correct sentence will be, it was unanimously resolved that the parties should undertake launching of popular programs. This will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next one. Tax evaders should heavily fined as they do it intentionally. Now, the sentence is tax evaders should heavily find, as they do it intentionally. Now, whom does this they refer to? They refer to the tax evaders. Now, who has to be fined? Tax evaders. It means tax evaders are the objects. And if they are the objects, it means the sentence is in passive voice because object is written at the beginning of the sentence. Therefore, the sentence has to be in passive voice now. And if the sentence has to be in passive voice, it should have the structure of modal plus be plus verb third form. Now let us see the options. Obviously, it is written should heavily is an adverb and we cannot have find because find is a verb third form, whereas after a modal we need verb first form if the sentence is in active voice. But here the sentence is in passive voice, therefore after should we just need be form and then we can write this find, that is verb third form. Now let us see the options. Should be heavily find, should have heavily find. So this one is incorrect. Shall have heavy find, no, because shall have heavy find will change the structure of the sentence, will change the meaning of the sentence. Should be heavily find, and in the first part it is written should be heavy find. Now heavy is adjective which cannot qualify a verb, therefore this part is also incorrect. So the correct is D, that is should be heavily find. Now find is a verb, heavily is the adverb and adverbs qualify verb. Therefore our answer is D, of course. So this will be the correct sentence. This will be the correct answer and the correct sentence will be tax evaders should be heavily fined as they do it intentionally. Now let us move to the next one. Technology must use to feed the forces of change. Now, if I write technology must use, now what it should use, what it must use. So we need an object over here. For what? To feed the forces of change. It means we need an object over here. If the technology is the subject and must use is just a verb, this is a modal and this is verb first form, so we need an object. That what does technology use? What must technology use? But there is no object at all. It means the given sentence should not be in active voice. It should be in passive voice only. And if it has to be in passive voice, then we need the structure of the passive voice. That means we need modal plus be plus verb third form. So the correct sentence will be must be and used. Must be used to feed. Now let us see the options. So this is not actually the subject, but it is object on the subject place. Because it has to be used. Technology has to be used. This is the object. Now let us see the options. Must be used to feed. Must have been using to feed. Again incorrect. Must use having fed. No. Must be using to feed. No. It should be A. That is must be used to feed. So our answer is A, of course. So this is absolutely correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. All the members of the club were assembled to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the club. Now the subjects are all the members. Assembled is an intransitive verb. This is intransitive verb. It means we need not have any object over here. And if we do not have an object and we need not have it. So there is no requirement of object and the sentence will not be converted into passive as well. Obviously, all the members of the club were assembled. Now, if this were is be form and the sentences should be in active voice, not in passive voice, because assembled is intransitive verb. Who have assembled? All the members. It means they have gathered over there. Therefore, this were is incorrect over here. Because if we have third form after the be form, the sentence will be in passive voice. It will not be in active voice. Now let us see the options. Had assembled to celebrate, were assembling to celebrate. Now the process is not in continuous. The action is not in process. Had been assembled, Again, not, because the sentence has to be in active voice. Assembled to celebration? No. Celebration is incorrect. Celebration is a noun, which is incorrect over here. Therefore, the correct answer is A, that is had assembled to celebrate. So this is the correct structure, and the sentence is in past perfect tense, in which we need subject, then we have had, then we have main verb in third form, then we have object. But the verb is intransitive, we need not have any object. So the correct sentence will be, all the members of the club had assembled to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the club. So our answer is A, of course, which is absolutely correct. Now let us move to the next one. India has none of the advantages possessed by the rich countries during industrialization. Now India has none of the advantages. This is one part. Possessed by. Now by is written over here. The rich countries. So these are agents. And if by is written, it means the sentence should be in passive voice. And if the sentence has to be in passive voice, this verb is incorrect. This form of verb is incorrect. It has to be made in verb third form. Now let us see the options. From the advantages possessed by, with the advantages possessed by, of the advantages possessed with, of the advantages possessed by. Of course, D is the correct answer. So our answer is D. Now let us see the correct sentence. India has none of the advantages possessed by the rich countries during industrialization. So this will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next one. People who are indecisive can be readily persuading to change their minds again. Now if we have a modal, then we have be, then we have adverb, we need verb third form only. Now this persuading is incorrect. And also people who are indecisive can be readily persuaded, because who are persuaded? People, of course. So people are behaving like objects, because they are not persuading anyone else. If I write persuading over here, it means to whom people are persuading. So we need object, but we do not have any object. It means object is people. It means the given sentence should be in passive voice only. Therefore, this persuading has to be replaced with persuaded. Now let us see the options. Can be ready persuading. Can be readily persuaded. Of course, this will be the correct answer. So our answer is B. Rest options are should be ready to persuade. Again, after two, we cannot have verb third form. Can be ready to persuade? No. They cannot be ready to persuade. To persuade whom? There is no object. So the sentence, this is incorrect given only. The correct answer is B, and the correct sentence will be, people who are indecisive can be readily persuaded to change their minds again. Now let us move to the next one. The local authorities were never bothering to care about the unfortunate happenings. Again, if I write were never bothering, so bothering is transitive verb. So here we need an object, but we do not have any object. The local authorities were never bothering to whom? Bothering whom? We don't have any object. And if we don't have any object, it means the given sentence should be in passive voice. Therefore, this bothering should be replaced with bothered. So were never bothered to care about unfortunate happenings. This will be the correct answer. So our answer is A, because the given sentence is already in passive voice. So we need no object over here, because object is already given, that is the local authorities. Were never bothered to care about the unfortunate happenings. This will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. The exploitation of the helpless tribals leads to the condemned. Again, this is incorrect. If it is written needs to, now what? This exploitation of the helpless tribals needs to be condemned. It means they should be punished. They should be criticized. So this condemned first word is incorrect. Now again, needs to is a modal, after which we need be, and then we need verb third form. Let us see the options. Need to be condemned, needs condemnation, needs to be condemned. So C will be the correct answer. So our answer is C, of course, that is needs to be condemned. Now let us move to the next one. The new facts he has discovered could not change my opinion. Now, the new facts, these are the subject. He has discovered, again subject plus helping verb plus main verb. Now, we have been given a subject that is the new facts, and this is the partitive part. So, this is just additional information, we can say partitive. So, it is also in active voice, but this is partitive. So, the first part, the subject is new facts. Could not change. Now, could not is a modal, then we have changed, that is verb first form, my opinion. So, my opinion is an object. It means the given sentence is an active voice and an active structure, that is subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus object, or subject plus modal plus main verb plus object. So the given sentence is an active voice. It means the sentence is absolutely correct. So the answer is no correction required, because here the sentence is absolutely correct. So our answer is E, that is no correction required. Now let us move to the next one. On firm ground, the tent had held in place by pegs driven into the ground. Again, it was written by pegs. It means the sentence is in passive voice. Now this by is not in bold. It means this part is absolutely correct, which is given to us. It means the sentence is to be in passive voice only. So, on firm ground, the tent had held in place by pegs driven into the ground. Now the sentence is in past tense, of course. Now let us see the options. Has been held at. We do not, if it is written place, we cannot have at. Was held in. Was being held with. No with. Should be held at. No. It should be was held in. So our answer should be B. That is in passive voice. We have be form, then we have verb third form, and then we have correct preposition, that is in. So the correct sentence will be on firm ground, the tent was held in place by pegs driven into the ground. Now let us move to the next one. By contrast, the construction of great temples, which had seemingly have presented a great engineering difficulties, was relatively easy. Now in this sentence, by contrast, the construction of the great temples. So this is the construction of the great temples. This has been talked about. Let us see if it is a subject. Which had seemingly have presented great engineering difficulties. Now, great engineering difficulties was relatively easy. It means we are talking about this. This is the subject. Which had seemingly have presented. Now this structure is incorrect, that is had and have cannot come together. So this is incorrect. It means no correction required should not be the answer. Now let us see other options. If I write had seemingly been presented, had been seemed present. No, seemed present cannot come over here because seemingly is an adverb. Was seemingly presented, would seemingly have presented. So, if I see the sentence carefully, we have construction of great temples. This is subject. Then which had seemingly have presented great engineering difficulties. So, these are objects. It means the sentence has to be made in active voice. And if it has to be made in active voice, the correct answer will be D. That is, would seemingly have presented. So, our answer is C, of course, because the sentence has to be in active voice only. So, would seemingly have presented. Now let us read the entire sentence. By contrast, the construction of great temples, which would seemingly have presented great engineering difficulties, was relatively easy. So this will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. The modifications made by them in the draft were so drastic that the entire emphasis had been shifted. Now in this sentence, we see the modifications. We are talking about the modifications made by them. So this part of the sentence given is in past and passive voice. In the draft were so drastic that the entire emphasis. Now in this sentence we can see a word shifted, but shifted is an intransitive verb, and if it is an intransitive verb, it should not be converted into passive voice. Moreover, it does not have any object, of course, emphasis is the subject over here. So been is not required because the sentence has to be made in active voice, not in passive voice. Shifted is an intransitive verb. Now let us see the options. Shall have been shifted, had shifted, was being shifted, had been shifting. Obviously, had shifted will be the correct answer. So our answer should be B. So the correct sentence will be, the modifications made by them in the draft were so drastic that the emphasis had shifted. So this will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next one. The novel ideas suggested by the employee were appreciated by the management. So here the novel ideas suggested by the employee. So this part is in passive voice. Were appreciated. What? Novel ideas. Were refers to past. And of course, if the sentence is in passive voice, it is written were appreciated by the management. Because by is given, it means the sentence is in passive voice. Now let us see the options. Have appreciated by. Now if it is written have appreciated, we cannot have by. Have been appreciated for. Now who is the one who is appreciating? Obviously the management. And management is appreciating what? Obviously the novel ideas. So these are objects. These are behaving like objects. Therefore, the sentence has to be in passive voice only. So the sentence which is given to us is absolutely correct. And our answer is E. There is no correction required. So our answer is E. This is absolutely correct. Now let us move to the next one. The congestion of the streets must be seen to believe. So congestion means traffic. So the traffic of the street must be seen. If we want to believe it, it should be seen. It must be seen, then only we are able to believe it. So it is written must be seen to believed. So it should be seen to be believed because everything has to be in passive voice. Therefore, be seen to be believed will be the correct option. So our answer is D. That is, must be seen to be believed. It should be seen in order to be believed it. Now let us move to the next one. It is only in 1980s that a new kind of unity appeared among the capitalist powers. So a new kind of unity appeared. So this is the subject which appeared. So this is verb second form among the capitalist powers. Now let us see the options. A kind of new unity appeared among. A kind of new unity appeared among. The kind of. A new kind of unity appeared with. A new kind of unity was appeared. No, because the sentence is already in active voice. Appeared is an intransitive verb. We need no passive of it. Therefore, the entire sentence which is given to us is absolutely correct. So our answer is E. That is, no correction required because the given sentence is absolutely correct. Appeared is an intransitive verb. Now let us move to the next one. As a professional economist, he had throughout preoccupied with the basic problems of Indian society. So as a professional economist, he refers to a professional economist, had throughout preoccupied with the basic problems of Indian society. Now let us see the options. Was throughout preoccupied by? Is preoccupied throughout by was? Throughout preoccupied with? Had been preoccupied throughout. Now, if we see this person, he had throughout preoccupied with the basic problems of Indian society. So he does not contain all these things. He's not the one to contain all these things, all the basic problems of society. In fact, he was preoccupied by. So the first part is correct. First option is correct. That is, our answer is A. So the correct sentence will be. Now if I write had preoccupied, we need an object over here because the sentence has to be in passive voice. So we need either been or the sentence has to be made in active voice. We need an object over there. Now, if I write throughout preoccupied with, had been preoccupied throughout, so we do not have any preposition to show the agent. Therefore, this option is also incorrect. Therefore, if the sentence has to be in passive voice, the correct passive form is already given in A option only. No other option contains the proper passive voice structure. So this sentence which is correct is, as a professional economist, he was throughout preoccupied by the basic problems of Indian society. This will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next one. He had deliberately kept the matter pending so that people should be bribed him. Now, here the subject is people should bribe him. So him is the object and bribe is a verb. So we have an active structure over here. The sentence has to be made in active voice. There is no need of passive voice. Therefore, this be bribed is incorrect. It should be should bribe. So that the people should bribe him. So our answer is B, which is of course correct. So the correct sentence will be, he had deliberately kept the matter pending so that people should bribe him. So this will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next one. We will appreciate the help given by you. Now, here it is written we will appreciate the help. So this is object. Now given by you is the passive structure. And what we are going to appreciate, subject is we, then will appreciate what? The help. So this is object. Now we will appreciate. Given by you is past tense. So if it is in past tense, it is actually the third form. It is the passive part. Now let us see the options. Would be appreciate? No, we cannot write would be appreciate after be. We can either have ing form or third form. So this is not the correct structure. Would have been appreciate? No. Will be appreciated? No, because the sentence is in active voice. This part is in active voice. Would have been appreciated? No. The correct answer is no correction required. So our answer is E, that is the sentence which is given to us is absolutely correct. Now let us move to the next one. He had been behaved impolitely and suffered owing to that. Now he is the subject, had is helping verb, behaved is the main verb, and how did he behave? He behaved impolitely. So obviously if he had behaved impolitely, this behaved is intransitive verb, and if the verb is intransitive, there is no need of passive voice. Therefore, this been is incorrect. The sentence will be he had behaved impolitely. Now let us see the options. Was behaved, had behaved, had been behaved. Obviously B will be the correct answer. So our answer is B, because the verb that is behaved is intransitive verb and we need no passive of this sentence. Let us move to the next one. The unkind comments passed by her superiors made her resign. So the unkind comments passed by, sentences in passive voice, her superiors. These are the agents. And the unkind comments are the, you can say object on the subject place. Passed by is verb third form and by with agent. So let us see the options. Unkindly comments, unkind comments passing on, unkind comments posed by. If the sentence is correct, no correction required is the correct answer. So our answer is E, because the sentence which is given to us is absolutely correct. We have correct passive structure of the sentence. Now let us move to the next one. The labor contractors reported that they had finished building of the stone wall. So they is the subject, had finished, helping verb, main verb. What they have finished? Building of the stone wall. Now building is the gerund, that means noun, it means this is the object. So this is active structure of the sentence, and if the sentence is an active voice, the sentence is absolutely correct. Now the answer will be no correction required. So our answer is E, of course. Now let us see other options as well. Had been finished? No, we need no passive voice. Was finished? Could be finished. Has finished? No. So obviously was and has cannot be used because the contractors have been talked about and contractors are plural. So obviously was and has will be eliminated. Therefore, the correct answer or the correct sentence is already given. So the correct answer is no correction required. So this was the last sentence of today's session. I hope you find all the answers correct and matched with mine, and you understood all the questions. Thank you very much.